Hey everybody, welcome to your yoga practice today and to day 18 of our 21-day yoga challenge. Thank you for arriving on your mat and let's get started. Closing the eyes, making your way into this simple seated pose. Sitting super tall today. Dropping the backs of the hands to the knees, palms facing the ceiling. Bringing your awareness to your breath. Noticing your natural rhythm of breath as we sit tall on our yoga mats. And now begin to sculpt the breath. Begin to change the breath here as we inhale and exhale through the nose. Inhaling deeply and exhaling deeply. Inhaling from the very base of your pelvic floor, all the way up, deep, deep inhale. And as you exhale, press the air back down and at the same time, out the crown of the head. Feeling this dual movement, inhaling and exhaling, pushing and pulling. Utilizing the breath as a link between your mind and your body. And as you continue to mindfully breathe, this concept of linking the mind and the body brings you to moving with intention and awareness as you build strength and as you stretch the body, stretching the muscles, stretching the mind, opening the body. Creating space with every breath. Creating a deeper, stronger connection between the mind and the body with each breath. Returning to this breath as a link anytime in your life, anytime when things become challenging, confusing, when you're feeling reactive, sensitive. Return to the link between the mind and the body. Return to the breath, the life force of your body, of your practice. thinking of the breath as your superpower. The superpower that brings you through. That brings you through a difficult day. That reminds you to enjoy the beautiful things in life. Always returning to your breath. Drawing the palms together at your heart. Returning to your natural rhythm of breath, but continue to be mindful of the breath. Opening the eyes up into the room. Untie the legs and we start in table pose. From table pose, tuck the chin and lift the spine up towards the sky. And cow pose, gaze up towards the ceiling, stretching out the body, preparing the body. Come back into table pose and wag the tail over towards the right. Gaze back towards the right hip and over towards the left. Gaze back towards the left hip and back to the right and back to the left. Tucking the chin, coming into cat pose and wag the tail here. The shoulders as well. As you wake up the spine, you can soften the elbows, moving freely here in this cat pose, side to side, forward and back. Creating some circles, semicircles, and dropping down into cow and rising up into cat, each side of the mat. So big circles with the ribs, the elbows soften, and back the other direction. Circling to the left, up towards the sky, down to the right, and back to table pose. From table pose, tuck the toes and come back into downward facing dog. And from down dog, we immediately come into plank pose. Draw the right knee in, settle the right foot back. Draw the left knee in, settle the left foot back. And now continue in this way, but more quickly, moving faster. Waking up the body, getting the heart rate up, and back into downward facing dog. Roll forward into plank and drop all the way down onto your mat. Fingertips hit the floor and lift up into cobra. Squeeze the glutes, tops of the feet on the floor, shoulders down the back, baby cobra, and come all the way back down. Tuck the toes, press the knees into the mat, and lift up and back. Butt moves back towards the heels, and rise up, downward facing dog. Bring the left foot forward, outer edge of the back foot hits the mat. Coming into warrior two pose. Reaching forward and back. Noticing the rhythm of your heartbeat. And reach up towards the sky and down towards the floor. Reverse warrior two. And windmill those arms down, all the way down. Gaze up towards the ceiling. Intense side angle pose. And lengthen through the front knee. Triangle pose. Stack the chest, the ribs, the hips. Practicing as if you're in between two panes of glass. And hands come down to the floor for pyramid pose. Sink the heart down towards the leg. Pivot the back foot. You're in high lunge pose now, stepping back to plank pose. Take the left hand and tap the right shoulder. Right hand tap the left shoulder and back and forth. Again, waking up the body, getting that heart rate going. Keep tapping, keep moving. Strengthening the shoulders, the core body, the legs, everything, the whole body. And press back, downward facing dog. Right foot comes forward, warrior two this side. So same exact sequence, opposite side. Settle into your warrior two pose, reaching forward and back. Checking in with your alignments. And breathing. And reach for reverse warrior two. Upper hand reaches up towards the sky. Bottom hand down towards the floor. And intense side angle. Windmill the arms down. Open up the hips. Root that back foot down into the mat. Especially the pinky edge of your foot. Now lengthen through the front leg. Rise up a little bit here, creating space on your side bodies. And gaze up towards the ceiling. Hands come down to the floor. Pyramid pose. Fold over that straight leg. If you need to soften the knee here, please do that. Moving intuitively, so mindful of what your body needs and wants right now. Pivot the back foot. Find high lunge here. And now step back. Tapping again. Start with the right this time. Tap, shoulder, tap, 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 tap. Strong bodies. Draw the navel back towards the spine. Flex the glutes. Continue tapping. Building heat in your body. Burning the rubbish here. And press back. Downward facing dog. And roll forward, plank pose. Come all the way down, belly hits the floor, untuck the toes, press the fingertips into the mat. Gaze forward, cobra. Squeeze the glutes. Come all the way back down. Tuck the toes, press the knees into the mat. Strengthen the shoulders and the arms, presses you up. And back into child's pose this time. And now come up a little further and drop the chest. Lift the sit bones up towards the sky. As you drop the chest, you feel this big stretch in the inner armpit and the back of the heart as well. From here, press the hands, tuck the toes, rise up, downward facing dog, and left foot forward. Warrior two pose, reaching forward and back. Really reaching so you feel the expansion in the chest of the lungs. This time, intense side angle first. Rolling back, windmilling back, reverse warrior two, reach up towards the sky. And now open the arms, lengthen through the front leg, and dive down. Triangle pose. And hands come down to the floor. Pyramid. Body sinking down into this forward fold. And now high lunge. Step it back to plank pose. And move through the shoulder tapping. See about finding more stillness now in the core body and the butt. Good. And downward facing dog. Right foot forward. Warrior two. Reaching forward and back. Find the breath. Notice the rhythm of your heartbeat. Ride that wave. Ride that wave, that rhythm of your heartbeat. This time, intense side angle, just like before. Gaze up towards the ceiling. Left hand reaches towards the sky. Windmill the arms back. Reverse warrior two. And triangle pose. Lengthen through the front leg. Windmill those arms down. Gaze skyward. Hug the muscle to the bone, especially in that back leg. Hands come down to the floor, sinking, folding over that front leg. Pyramid pose. And pivot the back foot. Now you're in high lunge again. Long, strong back leg. And step back, Plank pose. Down dog. Walk the feet and the hands to the center of the mat. Find yourself in a forward fold at the very center of your mat. Shake the head, no. And yes. Hands come to the hips and come all the way up. So we're moving into tree pose now. We're going to hold tree pose for about 1 minute on each side. So first find a gaze point. We'll balance first on the right leg. So as you're ready, you build your tree pose. Heel to ankle, foot to the calf muscle or to the inner thigh. Never the inner knee. Once you arrive, draw the palms of the hands together. Keep strong in the gaze point. Keep strong with the navel back towards the spine. And if you come out of this pose, just come back in. Rebuild it. Shoulders down the back. Imagining a pitcher of water in your belly. You don't want to pour the water out the front, the back, or side to side. Standing tall, crown of the head, whoop, moving up towards the sky. Palms together at heart. And breathing, the affirmation for this posture is, I am calm, I am poised. I am calm, I am powerful. And release. Shake the legs out. Preparing for the opposite side. You know what to expect now, so move into your posture, mindful that each side of your body is different. Take your time to build. Focus on the core. Breath moving through the body. Breath lengthening the crown of the head up towards the sky. Few more seconds. Breathing. If you fall out, just come back in. Everything takes time. Everything takes practice. And practice makes possible. And release yourselves from the posture. Shake the legs out. And go ahead and take a forward fold bow. Come all the way down. Let the head hang. Bend the knees and come all the way down onto your backs. For Shavasana, we'll take a quick twist before we recline into Shavasana. Knees to chest. Open the arms out into T position. Drop both knees to the right and gaze to the left. And through center, opposite side. Always gazing the opposite side of the legs to complete the twist. And release yourself from the twist. Make any adjustments you need to make in order to come down into Shavasana and fully relax. Closing the eyes, softening the belly, the chest, the heart, the breath. Softening the feet away from one another. The fingers, the palms of the hands, the muscles of the legs. Soften the whole body onto your yoga mat. Wiggle the fingers and the toes. Turning the corners of your mouth up as a smile crosses your face, opening the eyes and bringing your awareness into the room as you roll to your right side and lift up, back up into seated. Thank you all so very much for practicing yoga today. Namaste.